President of Faso and Head of State, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, chaired the Council of Ministers on Wednesday, during which several items on the agenda were examined. Important decisions were taken to ensure the smooth running of the nation. Nearly 11,500 agents to be recruited through direct and professional competition for the year 2025 by the government on behalf of the Ministry of Social Protection. This decision was made through the adoption of a report requesting authorization to recruit agents competitively for 2025. The Council of Ministers has authorized the recruitment for 2025. In 2025, there will be 11,404 positions to be filled, an increase of 0.74% compared to 2024. 5,009 positions will be followed by training, while 1,104 will not. Quotas will also be set aside for volunteers who wish to take part in this direct competition. The minister plans to recruit community agents who meet the specified quotas through direct and professional competitive examinations from February to September 2025 to cover the shortfall in human resources. To implement presidential initiatives on behalf of the Ministry of Justice and Human Rights in charge of relations with the custodian of the SEAL's institutions, the Council examined a bill amending Law 015 of May 2, 2019 on the organization of the judiciary in Burkina Faso. What innovations does this amending bill, which will be forwarded to the Transitional Legislative Assembly, contain?
Greetings, families. Welcome back once again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time, my name is Mamri, and you are very welcome. My returning families, my new ones, thank you so much. My VIPs and my kings and queens, I'm so grateful for your support and your time. This video is about Burkina Faso once again. This video is from last week in news. The president has taken a very important decision, but when I listened to it, I thought I've heard this news before. About 3 weeks ago, there was important decision, and some of this news you're about to hear, they announced it. They said there will be competition to employ people that will work in the government. I was like, competition? Yes, that thousands need to apply for it. Families, about 11,000 or so they needed. Listen to this video and I'll be back. Thank you for your time.
The first major innovation was the adoption of a draft law on criminal procedure. Who instituted flagrante delicto? Like the fragment delit? In other words, today, in our judicial organization, when offenses are committed and these offenses are qualified as crimes, a mandatory investigation is required. As a result, it can take 10 years or 5 years for a case to go to trial, even though it's as clear as day. Many people wonder why such serious cases are not brought to trial. Our current law requires compulsory investigations for crimes. Henceforth, with this law, this amending bill, investigation is no longer compulsory, as was provided for in the course of criminal procedure. The second innovation is the creation of labor courts at the level of our country's high courts. We used to have 3, a labor court in Ouaga, a labor court in Koudougou and a labor court in Bobo-Dioulasso. Last year, we were able to make the internet work in Fada operational, but that's not enough. For the Ministry of Justice and Human Rights, responsible for relations with institutions, the Council also provides for the creation of criminal chambers and labor courts in all 27 of Burkina Faso's high courts. The Prime Minister.
That's a lot of people that the government need in, they explain it or you heard it, court and more. But the competition, families, if you heard something like this before, let me know, because for me, this is the first time. And that's why when I heard it first time, I was like, competition. Normally, government organizations, most, this is not about Africa, everywhere, they employ sisters as nanny, cousins as cleaners, secretary, whatever. And so, if there's something bad going on, well, no one is responsible. They will deal with it in the family. The government is none of their business. They don't care amount of money that is going out. Yes. So, for Burkina Faso government, and I'm sure they will be doing it in Niger and Mali as well, to set up a committee for a competition to employ people, that's first. It's very, very interesting, and I think this is the great way. They have done it, and one has won. Listen to the next one. I'll be back, families.
The Council of Ministers on January 9, Tiraogo Ibrahim YGMA, previously Director General of Communications and Public Relations for the Transitional Legislative Assembly, was officially installed yesterday, January 20, as Director of Communications and Press Relations for the Presidency of Faso. He succeeds. At Pegjuand, Gilbert Ouedraogo is well aware the challenges and stakes of this new responsibility. I declare you officially installed in your new position with my congratulations. Tirago Sugro's Normand Ibrahim Gigma officially takes up his post as Director of Communications and Press Relations at the Presidency of Faso. He arrives in this strategic position in a national context marked by a quest for affirmation and the challenges are enormous. Being a person, visible and yet invisible. Invisible because it will work on all aspects of communication, but it won't be seen. Is visible because all the communications that will be produced will highlight the skills and qualities he and his team have to offer, so it's an invitation to him. Leadership by example. Failure is not an option. It's clear for all to see, so it's time to roll up our sleeves and get moving. Tirago Suga Normal Ibrahim Gigma intends to bring his personal touch to the work accomplished by his predecessor. He says he can count on the support and guidance of all his staff. Previously Director General of Communication and Public Relations at the Tirago Second Transitional Legislative Assembly, Ibrahim Gigma succeeds Pegen Gilbert Ouedraogo, who is now Minister of Communication, Culture, Arts and Tourism.
Thank you, families, for listening and watching. As you can tell, the warnings has been given out to him already. And I can tell that, well, he has done almost something like this job before, so you know what to do. His committees will be ready to support him 100%, and the government will be there to support him as well. Because, for you to get such a position, the target that the president have and the ministers have, the same target will be on you. And I'm sure he's aware of that. So he has to behave above all. He needs to be careful in everything he do or does, because this time communication warfare is rare, and what they don't want is for news to be leaking out, or lies to be leaking out, or things that they are not ready to give out to be leaking out. So I'm sure this position that he has given, he understands it perfectly, and we don't want any, what do you call it, nasty surprise or anything uh, in the AES community. So congratulations to him. We wish him all the best, and we wish everyone all the best. I will leave you here, families. Thank you so much. Please leave comment. What do you think about this competition and it all? And if you are Burkina Faso, will you take part? Because they need volunteers as well. I have seen a news that they are giving past volunteers award for doing a great job, which is motivational to others to follow. When you are doing something without expecting any reward, and later you got a reward, is it means a lot and it worth everything. So to me, it's a nice thing to volunteer. If you can't and do your bit, you might be best at something, do it to bring these countries back onto their feet, because it's not going to be easy, but they are doing their best. I'm so sorry about the phone. Thank you, families. I will see you soon. Credit to Faso 7 RTB News and my VIPs, my kings and queens, my returning families. I think I said that already. I have to say it again. If you listen up to this stage, God bless you all. And I'll be back with another news. I'm laughing to myself.